Is Jourdan Lewis the savior for the Cowboys secondary because of their inexperience? I'm going to talk about that more in this video. But listen, guys, before I do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. All right, guys, so let's get into it. So there was a recent article, a publication put out, saying that Jourdan Lewis was possibly the savior and the security blanket of some sorts for this secondary. Let's examine that ideal, and I'll give you my opinion in a little bit about, is he really the savior or not? But Jourdan Lewis is a guy that came into the league out of Michigan, and honestly and unequivocally, he fought it out with the Dallas Cowboys in terms of his playing time, in terms of being on the field, had good practices, and didn't really get a chance to play the way that I think he should have his first couple of seasons. After some time on the squad, he began to make some headway, and every time that he got on the field, he made plays, and he did a great job. And I called him previously a football player. I just think he's a dog. I think he's aggressive. I think he's physical. But moving forward, he gets another contract. Now, it's important to mention that he counts over $5 million against this year's salary cap for the Dallas Cowboys. And the Dallas Cowboys have a myriad of defensive backs / safeties in that locker room. So the question of the day, what type of value does Jourdan Lewis actually bring? To fully understand that, we'd have to really get into, and we will, the secondary itself, who's in the room, and kind of what they can contribute. Now, previous to being injured and knocked out for most of the 2023 season, Jourdan Lewis played nickelback primarily. Actually, that's where he's played most of his snaps in his career, is playing that nickel or that third corner. All right. So he was semi-productive there and did some decent things there. But this Cowboys team has got younger and better in a hurry. And when I thought he should have been on the field, may have changed a little bit from what I think right now. Because the bottom line is this: when he first came on this team, we did not have a Diggs on this team. All right, we did not have a Gilmore on this team. So at the end of the day, the team and the defensive backs have changed quite a bit. And I'm going to say the quality of the defensive backs have changed quite a bit since he first got on this team. Let's examine the room as it is right now. Starting on one corner, right, we have all pro Diggs. All right, we got Diggs starting at one corner, and on the other corner, because he was brought in to me as a second corner, you have Stephon Gilmore. All right, so you have him. Then you had a guy who had 6 interceptions as a rookie, who played on the level of a Pro Bowler, in my opinion. You have DaRon Bland. All right, that's 3. Then after that, you also have a guy that came in and played extremely well for you, going into the playoffs as kind of an ace out of Dan Quinn's bag in Israel. And really, they have him listed as a safety. He played the nickel as well versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and thus he's showing some versatility. All right. And for the sake of time, I won't go through every single corner and detail them out, but I'll give you plenty so that you can clearly see and make your own decision and put your thoughts below in the video about, is Jourdan Lewis a key component to this defensive back room? All right, so you had Bland play extremely well. You had Israel come in and play well in the playoff game. Then you have also Nahshon Wright, who's come in, who's still developing, had spot duty, and, you know, did some good, did some bad. Then you have, you know, Kelvin Joseph, all right, who really didn't play up to expectations, and thus he was kind of benched at the end of the year. All right. So, and then you have a brand new rookie defensive back coming in, into this team. All right. So with all that said, right, you have the addition of guys that, hey, play safety for us. We won't get into all those guys, right? We know we have Wilson. We know, also we have Curse as well back there. And so, look, we got a pretty decent and solid secondary as it stands today. And we had a lot of guys put up tremendous productivity. You have Gilmore, who really is a starting caliber, all-pro level defender coming over to us, who played well for the Indianapolis Colts in his tenure there. We have teams that are scared to challenge Stefon Diggs. We have teams that have challenged Deshaun Wright. And I've said this before, I'll say it again because it's worth repeating. If Bland makes the second-year jump that he should make, and people throw the ball his way, he'll make a Pro Bowl. He'll make a Pro Bowl. He's that good. He has that much ball skills. He has that much coverage ability. He has that much strength. Listen, he has all the things that you want to see out of a defensive back. Deshaun Wright is a question mark. All right, boss man, Kelvin Joseph, a lot of talent, all the talent in the world. I just think that, honestly, he hadn't locked in on a mental level the way that he needs to lock in, all right? Look, Bland is a dog, all right? And look, I think Gilmore's a dog. All right, I think that Diggs is a dog, a different kind of dog, not a hard tackling dog, but more so like an interception dog. And then you have Jourdan Lewis coming back. Jourdan Lewis has had about 6 to 7 interceptions his entire career. Pretty much a physical and a sure tackler kind of guy. Is he needed? The answer to the question is yes, he's needed. In my opinion, he gives us the depth and he gives us the rotational chess piece that we need. Because if we don't have Jourdan Lewis and we have an injury in the secondary, because more than likely Bland is going to play the third defensive back. He's going to play the nickel. We know that Israel can play the nickel, but I don't really think that he's ideal versus elite wide receivers and or offenses. I don't see it yet. All right, we know that we had Deshaun Wright play. He played the nickel a little bit before, but mainly played outside, right? I think that, they look at Kelvin Joseph as a second, third defensive back, where I think he has the ability to play nickel or outside. But I think the reason why our guy, Jourdan Lewis, is so important to this team as it stands today, as it stands right now, is just simply because of the fact that we have not had Kelvin Joseph in particular prove out that he's going to be solid, reliable, and consistent. We have not had that prove out. And because we have not had that prove out, he's a viable resource. And we have not had the rookies, the undrafted free agents that we have this year prove out yet. We don't know what we got in those guys. So because of depth and because I don't think that Deshaun Wright is probably going to play in the nickel. I just don't personally. So because of those reasons, yes, Jourdan Lewis is definitely needed. Hey, man, for a fourth cornerback, he'll probably be a fourth quarterback on this team. he's $5 million plus, cap hit. So look, hey, he got to go out there and make some plays for us. I think this puts us in position to have the depth and to also be smart and insulate against injuries, insulate against different types of offenses and adjustments that we might have to make in the games. So I like the move. Yes, I think he's much needed, but the unproven part, I don't know, man. Those top 3 corners, in my opinion, they look pretty good to me, guys. You let me know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. And until next time, salute.